Hey everybody, Alex Golf with Golf Rugby Report here, and one of the interesting things about talking about getting independent from USA Rugby is the law of unintended consequences, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today with the saga of the All-California High School Final. Now, this is a competition between, it's just one game, between the champion of Northern California, right here, and Southern California, right here. Seems like a simple thing, right? You get a champion, in this case a single school champion, they play, you get an all California champion. Doesn't quite work out that way. Why? A little bit of confusion. First things first, let's talk about Southern California and the fact they have two different championships. So, out of Southern California, we've got two things. Right now, we don't even know this year who's going to be the winner. There's a Southern California Youth Rugby Association champion, which will be either Carlsbad or Servite. They're going to play and find a champion. There's also the CIF champion, which is going to be St. Augustine or San Clemente. Now, what CIF is the California Interscholastic Federation. It's how they monitor and control varsity athletics throughout the state and high school. So this group of teams has decided that they are going to operate under those rules, a bunch of single school teams, and they play all through Los Angeles, in between as well, San Clemente, somewhere in the middle there, and San Diego, which is down here in the south, in case you didn't know. So they operate on their own. Southern California Youth Rugby Association runs their own single school varsity competition with kind of the same rules, but not all the same rules. They allow a little bit of outside players to come in, a small percentage, if a player doesn't have a school team in his school. Still, we're going to see a final there. So which one do you use? Which one plays in the All-California Final? Well, last year, it was the CIF finalists. This year, it's going to be the SCYRA finalists. And there's a bit of a contention about that. Essentially, St. Augustine, who looks to be favored to win CIF, is being kind of pushed out of this game. Why is that? We'll have a look at that in a moment. Meanwhile, Northern California, we've got one champion, and it's either Jesuit of Sacramento or De La Salle. They'll be playing each other. Very simple Northern California thing. So why did this become a problem, and why does that have broader ramifications for independence from USA Rugby? Glad you asked. Here goes. Number one, a bunch of teams in Fresno decided they wanted to run a league, but they didn't want to be part of Northern California, which is more around San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, San Jose, and Sacramento. They didn't want to pay dues there, and Northern California said, no, you have to pay dues, you have to be part of us, otherwise we're not going to support you. You have to be part of this organization. So Fresno said, okay, Fresno team said, we're going to pay some dues and we'll play ball. Well, down here in Southern California, CIF, they don't pay dues anymore. They used to have a situation where a varsity team in single school could come to USA Rugby and say, we have our own liability insurance, we have our own organization, so we'll give you a flat fee and you give us sort of a general good standing situation for us. We pay just a flat dues fee. We don't have to pay per player. Well, they don't even do that anymore. They don't pay their dues. They just operate as a school league. Now, if those players move up to play in club later on, then they'll pay dues as part of a club situation. So Northern California said, hey, if we didn't allow Fresno to play in a competition without being part of the organization, why would we allow the CIF champion to do it? So they're basically saying you have to be part of USA Rugby in paying those dues to be part of this sanctioned competition. And that's why Southern California champion has to be the one in this final. CIF people are not happy about it. They feel like it's a money grab. Well, it is. That's the thing. I don't think anybody's denying it's a money grab. It's a money situation partly that an organization like Northern California or Southern California or any state-based organization can't be providing services if they're not supporting some dues structure. So how does this work with everybody if there's separation from USA Rugby? Well, think about the fact that we're all talking about, oh yeah, right, independence, man, right, like fight the power, truth to power. That's fine. Don't send your dues to USA Rugby if that's the model that comes through. But you'll still have a Northern California Rugby NorCal to pay dues to. And you can't just say, we're going to form a league here and operate on our own. That's what you could, but you're going to run into obstacles. You're going to find out that this organization, while not wanting to be necessarily beholden to USA Rugby, does want someone to be beholden to them. So what you'll have is the fight about what am I getting for my dues, and you should be paying dues, perhaps all over again, all over the country. As it is, Jesuit de La Salle, Servite, or Carlsbad, one of those four teams will be thought of as the top single school team in California. St. Augustine or San Clemente, well, they're on the outside looking in on this one, and there's a reason for that. I could hardly make it any clearer.